Kings FM 88.5, just for you.
Okay, you're not able to take care of Babu Nebo. You're not able to Babu.
But when I saw you standing with two crests over there, what you were discussing with them?
Hila, I was not telling them anything about loving you. I was telling them about Cdc due payment.
I thought not true. I know that Cdc due payment over.
No, Hila, enough finish yo. Now let me explain the whole due payment to you. That program they had on April 12th is just to tell all citizens, reaction, and sympathizers that we will start paying due for now to 2030 and all the way.
So I want to ask you, the way some all not there. How will care what you put?
Abolila, the thing is, just go straight to CDC party headquarters and you request for your book. The people will give it to you. Anytime you go there, the people will be there. Don't worry yourself. In fact, the people get a mobile money number. If you file or you know you can't make it, just send it straight on their mobile money number. And as soon as you send it on the mobile money number, the people will send your receipt straight on your website, or you go pick up your receipt and your due book right to your district office. I mean, the district that you live in. You can also pay to the bank. You can go to UPA or GT Bank. When you finish paying that money, they will get pumping paper. Then you will carry it to the party headquarters or your district office. Then the people will verify it. They will give you original receipt and your due book. And don't forget that only $1 US or $200 liberty you will pay every month. If you want to pay more than that, no problem. Because this party called CDC have to survive. And the mobile money number is 0886 097451.
Amanda, Aweto. Amanda, Aweto. Maipuye, Iliberia, Iliberia, Maipuye. Jovia, 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 Jovia. Double. Aha, y'all want it, bro. The punch of giant right to take over. Y'all want it, Robbie, Papa, come here again. Y'all want it, Papa, Georgie, come here again. Y'all want it, Mama, Joe, come here again. Y'all want it, Rossi, Tisha, come here again. Allez, walk on the train, come here soon. Better move it, I say, you're better move it. We come here again. Who wanna roll CDC come here again? Who wanna roll job? We are coming again. Who wanna roll Mama Joe? We come here again.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to a very brand new edition of the CDC Hour. The CDC Hour is a 60-minute package of activities that look into the CDC and other issues affecting the body politics of our country. Today is Monday, November 17, 2025. November is going so fast. And I'm here with my co-presenter, Josephine Pello-Johnson. Together we'll be looking at the our continual analysis within the draft national budget of 2026. And also we'll be taking a closer look at the saga at the Liberia broadcasting system, the national broadcaster, as a matter of fact. And also we will be delving into other issues that tend to shape the body politics of our country. We will be right back after a bit of our theme song.
Celebrate. Where most go corridor. Today is a wonderful day. Go celebrate. Go celebrate. It's a beautiful day. Go celebrate. Go celebrate. Go celebrate.
Thanks so much, guys. Thank you so much for rejoining us. I'm here with Madam Josephine Pello-Johnson. She's my co-presenter. Josephine, good evening, and welcome to the program.
Good evening, my brother. Good evening. I say thank you.
You gotta put a little bit of life in the voice. You gotta be.
Yeah. So
you know, after your birthday on Friday, I know the zest that took you along, and it came with a lot of tiredness because maybe the activities accompanying the day. I'm not too sure though, but a little bit exhausted after resting for so many hours or in the last few days. But welcome to the program. Man.
So good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are watching from. And this is a brand new week with the CDC Hour. So we are here today and we're going to bring you fascinating topics. So again, I'd like to say thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. We say for those who did not follow your birthday, they say happy belated birthday.
Thank
so
you.
I think your birthday has come and it is gone. So let's focus. Let's think about other things. We are driving ourselves through the national budget. Our little analysis that we've been carrying on, and also the issues at the LBS and so many other critical national issues that shape the body politics of our country. But let's start with the issue at the LBS, the Liberia Broadcasting System. We say ELBC. Okay, there has been feud developing at the state broadcaster. As the director general is Eugene Fangon. He has some deputies like Hassan Kiau, Alexandra Anna, D. Flomo. Those guys are all there, and alongside him, they are running the institution. But Fagon took sick in recent times, and I think he went out of the country. He went to Morocco, and after he sucked some, curing, he came back to the country just recently. But he came very much, laborious. He came very much arrogant to his colleagues. I think you listened to the video.
Yes, I listened.
You saw the video. Yeah. You saw his utter. You heard his utterances.
Yeah. You
listened to his utterances in that video. In fact, as far as calling his colleagues, sometimes there are not some decency attached to the dictions. Okay, to use on the radio frequently, but he called his co-workers in the administrative structure of the place. He called them Hopojo. Yeah, just to lay it like that, and he gave strict orders that LBS vehicles should be parked at exactly 10 o'clock, which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing because administratively, people should lay down some rules, especially when it comes to the management of state assets. Okay, but to where he referred to his colleagues as Hopojos. In fact, he was directly talking to Mr. Hassan Kiau, a professional career journalist who has, spent over 20 years in professional practice of journalism. He has reported for the VOA for a long time, even prior to his coming to the country to serve his country. Okay, Hassan Kiau, a veteran journalist, a veteran radio, a newscaster. This guy holds all of the expertise in radio management. He's been a long time member of the President of Liberia. As a matter of fact, Fagon is not a journalist.
He's not.
He's not a journalist. He's not a, think about that, but I think the Press Union of Liberia will have to come up with a statement against Mr. Fagon because that is being grossly irresponsible. that is gross irresponsibleness on the part of the Director General at the LBS.
Sure.
So how can he get the cooperation from his colleagues to work in an environment free of disagreements? Sometimes you can have disagreements. Yes, once we are part of the human race, there will always be semblances of disagreement. But I think we should be able to professionally, amicably resolve some of these issues so that they cannot, transmogrify into something, big, into a bigger conflict.
Sure.
But Fagon, he doesn't have that expertise. He doesn't have that pedigree. As a matter of fact, in fact, everybody, all of those within the administrative structure of the LBS, within the senior management positions at the LBS, all of them are more educated than Fagon. Hassan Kiawu is more educated than he is. D. Flomo is more educated than Fagon. Alexandra Anon, a veteran, newscaster, a journalist, more educated than Fagon. All of them, the least qualification they have is bachelor's degree. Fagon, I understand that all of the years he spent in the United States, he was only able to obtain 2 or 3 associate degrees, 2 AA, 3 A. So he's the AA man, So it pains him too much when you tell him he has 3 or 4 associate degrees. But let me hear your perspective on that.
Yeah. So firstly, I like to, I listened to Fagon yesterday, and this very same Fagon, who is referring to his colleagues, to his co-workers at LBS. This same Fagon, months ago, was seen in the compound of the LBS. We all saw that picture.
Yeah, he was kissing.
Yeah, he was kissing in the compound.
In the compound.
Broad day. He was kissing a lady in the compound of the LBS. Broad daylight. We all saw that. How can a person like Fagon, come on the social media, come in the public to refer to his colleagues as Opojo? For me, that was very, very rude on his part.
He called them, because some of them prostitutes.
Yeah, he was very rude. And another thing I like to address about what he said yesterday was, he said something, and I realized that he was denying, at the same time justifying.
Yes.
Yeah, the issue of the casino. So on one hand he denied, on the other hand he justified.
So let's go to the issue of the casino, right?
Yeah.
This issue was brought to light by Bomi County Senator Edwin Mervyn Snow. Senator Snow wrote a communication to the Liberian Senate, the plenary of the Liberian Senate,
sure,
with an accusation that Eugene Fagon, the Director General of the LBS, has given way, and in fact there is a gambling center in the compounds of the LBS, and Eugene Fagon has brought casino for people to play gamble in the compounds of the LBS. And so that communication was sent into committee room. And there were a lot of journalists that went to the compound, and they verified the senator's information.
Sure.
That there is a gambling center open at the LBS. And according to Stanton Witherspoon, he said the shareholders of the casino are Tantan Boakai and Joseph Boakai Jr., Jojo Boakai Jr., the two sons of the president are those who are shareholders in the casino, okay, at the LBS. So Fangon, having denied that, he has come up now to justify that the government is supporting the LBS at least with 60% has to fetch for themselves the 40% that they need to make their financial obligation 100%.
And the only way
they can do it is to reach out to gambling companies, right? To reach out to gambling companies, to open casinos and gambling center at the LBS. So I think I don't want to say that Mr. President knows about that. I don't want to say that because it would be injustice to the president. But for the fact that this has come out, I don't think the president should waste any time in relieving Fagon of his post. Because let's take, for example, what will happen if people who go to the casino at the LBS compound, a public property, to play gamble, should confusion break up between or amongst gamblers in the compound of the LBS? They could just damage government properties because people could fight. Gambling center is a place of confusion, a place of fighting. So somebody could just win their friend's money or what have you, or sometimes unforeseen circumstance, especially at gambling centers, could arise and people could start fighting in the compounds of the LBS and maybe damage the radio, damage the radio room, damage the communication system of the LBS.
So for me, I would like to say that the president is away. Reason being is because the president's children, his boys, they are shareholders. We are not talking about Fagon's children. Then we'll be saying that maybe the president is not aware. We are talking about the president of Liberia's own children. They are shareholders. They are doing it on the grounds of a government facility. So the president is in the know. He's aware. If they were doing it, at a private place, sometimes children will do something unknown to the parents, right? But they are doing it right in a government facility. People in the government, hierarchies of this government, they are all aware. The president is aware of these things. And let me tell you something. If this won't pass, the president of Liberia don't do anything about it, the next day we'll wake up and hear that the Ministry of Finance has a casino running.
Oh yes, I think you're right.
The Ministry of Information will also do that.
So this and
because I will be trying to raise money.
And Fagon is saying, if you listen to the video, Fagon is saying that the Minister of Information, the Minister of Finance, the Minister of Justice, he said the Minister of Finance, the Minister of Information, and the Minister of Justice are aware of the casino, and because there are signatures on the document he's going to submit to the Liberian Senate, because I think he has been summoned. I think the LBS has been summoned. So Fangon is saying that the Minister of Finance signature is on the document, the Minister of Justice's signature is on the document, and the Minister of Information's signature is on the document as well.
Okay.
That gave way to the establishment of the casino. When we're talking about investment in the country, the Finance Minister, the Justice Minister are the primary signatories after the president, right? After the president in the executive, the Ministers of Finance and Justice are the primary signatory to any investment, because it has to do with litigation, it has to do with finance. So the Minister of Justice and Finance signature are on every concession. So Fagon in that light is saying that the Minister of Finance and Justice signatures are on this document alongside the Minister of Information because he is the sector. He's the sector president because he's the Minister of Information, Cultural Affairs, and Tourism. Okay, that is a touristic, venture. So, and the Minister of Information is the board chair at the Liberia Broadcasting System. So once he's the board chair, he should sign a document to establish a casino. That's what Fagon is telling us.
Yeah.
So if for any reason, I don't want to say for any reason it's true because it is true.
Yeah.
It is definitely true that these government officials have affixed their signatures to a document to establish a gambling center at the LBS, a government facility, but that is wrong. It is bad. It is morally bankrupt. It is morally irresponsible. Because suppose all of the other ministries and agencies of government decide to sign contract and bring casinos to their entities, where would the country be headed? Where would the country be headed? So Fagon's arrogance, I think it is going to destroy the government. It's going to, it has already put the government on its heels.
Yeah.
Yes, and truth be told, it is sanctioned by the government. What Fagon is doing is sanctioned by the government. So I don't think they're going to dismiss him. I don't think they're going to suspend him because he got the backing of the president's children. He got the backing of Jojo. He got the backing of Tan, who are the president's two sons who own shares in the business. And we learned that the gambling center, the gambling companies from Ghana, the president's children brought them, and then they have signed a contract with the LBS, with the Liberian government.
These are the investors they
Yes,
promise us.
they are the investors who have signed contract with the government of Liberia to establish a gambling center, at the Liberia Broadcasting System. So that is that. So Jojo, we could just wake up tomorrow morning and hear that a gambling center is established at the Ministry of Labor.
Yeah, because the Ministry of Labor needs to generate money.
We could just get up one morning and hear there's a gambling center being established at the Ministry of Commerce.
Sure.
At the Ministry of Internal Affairs.
Yeah.
So
and these are the educated people.
These are the educated people. That's how the government is running. That's how they're generating. I don't know whether it's going to be part of the government's generation of the $1.2 billion.
Sure.
Budget.
Yeah.
They want to get the money. They want to get money at all costs. So at the detriment of the country. At the detriment of the country. So Fagon should not be important. Let us not attach any importance to him. Let's go to the national budget.
Yeah. So before we can go to the national budget, I would also like us to just discuss something that he also said yesterday about teacher life.
Oh, okay. About Ibiwian, right?
Yes.
What did he say? Maybe
on yesterday, Fagon called teacher life an idiot. He said a person like Abraham should not be welcome in that stadium. And he said teacher life insulted the president. He's a man, who always insult worker. So they should not allow him anywhere around the LPS compound.
Okay, yes. Yes, I listened to him. He said Attorney Abraham Gosent-Wian, one of Liberia's most patriotic sons, who works diligently for his country, who sits on the radio and unearth most of the the government's wrongdoings. Fagon insulted the man. He insulted the man.
By the way,
Okay.
Bijola is very professional.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's hear it from Fagon's mouth himself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's sit down. Go take the man who can cause the president up, down, everything about him. Go invite him to LBS to come sit down behind the microphone. And you want me to be director general and take that nonsense? Something wrong with you. I told him, go tell Abraham Gosson, we are friends. Now welcome here. I the one said it. I'm the director general here. I said it. And I took the decision. Then they go, and the program was not changed. I stopped it with the power vested in me. And you are not welcome here, Abraham Gosson Wheel. This microphone is not for idiots.
Okay, well, you've heard it for yourself, Jojo.
Fagon is so full of himself.
You've heard it for yourself from the horse's mouth.
Yeah.
Okay, so let us unpack it.
Mm-hmm.
This is a guy grossly incompetent, grossly unqualified to head a state broadcaster, a guy who would go in the compounds of the state broadcaster and hold a woman, kiss her in public glare at the state broadcaster in public. I'm talking about in public. Okay, and make photo out of it and circulate it on social media. This is the guy we are talking about. This is a guy who would make a video for the camera to practically insult a government official who should be morally upright, right? Would stand at the compounds of the state broadcaster and be denigrating a career journalist, a lawyer, somebody who has flipped the pages, burning the night candles. When he refused to do so, Gosson Wayne has paid his dues to the country. He's still paying his dues. Fagon stealing state resources, stealing money. There was a video about him building a very gigantic property in the Po River area. I don't know whether you've seen that video. This is a guy who has spent just less than 2 years in power. Okay, a guy who criticized officials of the CDC government, especially when he was dismissed, okay, for wrongdoing by President George. This is the guy who's now building hundreds of thousands of US dollars property in the Po River area. But that is not the meat of the issue. The meat of the issue here is this guy should be ashamed of himself. He should be ashamed of himself.
Yeah.
Because when even asking for qualification, he doesn't have it.
He's nowhere close.
He's nowhere close to anybody in the senior management of the LBS. I name those guys like Hassan Kiau, Alexandra Amnon, D. Flomo. And this guy has created a lot of confusion. He's creating a lot of confusion. Okay? So, but AB responded to him.
Yeah.
AB responded to him, though it's a lengthy, write-up. I mean, AB is a good writer.
Very cool.
I've always known him to be like that.
Yeah.
Especially when he's now a lawyer in the courtroom. Eugene Fagon does not have a career. That's the first thing. Fagon does not have a career. He's not an accountant. He's not an economist. He's not an engineer. He's not an agriculturist. So he's just a useless guy who, without government job, cannot do anything. Will go and live in somebody's basement. Even in America, he lives in Kev Hassan's basement. Because to own a home in America is a lifetime. It's a lifetime thing. You have to work for the rest of your life before you can buy a house. You cannot even rent a room for himself in America. He lives in the basement with Kev Hassan. But AB has responded, and the response is very strong. So I don't think AB should dignify him any further. Okay, because he has lost it. Fagon has lost it. For me, I think he's sick. He's still sick. He's very, very sick. He went to come back from Morocco. He did not even get better. He did not get well. He ran away from the hospital to come back. So you could find Eugene Fagon in the street.
So I think he need to go back to Morocco.
You need to go back to Morocco.
It's like the people made a mistake because some kind of water.
But AB has responded. We'll read AB's response maybe on Wednesday. Okay. But let's go to the budget.
Okay.
I was flipping through the budget and I saw the Ministry of Internal Affairs. The allotment to the Ministry of Internal Affairs of $57 million allotment in the draft national budget.
A very huge increment.
Yeah, 2023, but the Ministry of Internal Affairs got 14.6 million dollars. $14.6 million. 2024, they were around $19 million. 2025 in this budget, around $22 million. So now they gave them $57.6 million.
What a huge increment.
That's about 307% increment.
Wow.
307% increment. That is $42.4 million increment. $42.4 million increment from 2023.
Wait, is it that they want to increase the workers' salary?
No. No. They increasing the benefits of the senior management at the Ministry of Internal Affairs.
Something that would just benefit them.
Not the civil servants, not the over 6,000 employees who work at the Ministry of Internal Affairs. They're not increasing their salaries. They're increasing the benefits of senior management employees. Senior management level at the Ministry of Internal Affairs. And secondly, most importantly, we have gotten it all clear now that the Ministry of Internal Affairs allotment is where primarily they are going to take the over $3 million to build the headquarters across the country.
Wow.
Yes. Francis Newmalin, who's the minister, is who's going to preside over the disbursement of over $3 to $4 million from the Ministry of Internal Affairs allotment to give to the Unity Party. Though they are sourcing other funding from different entities like the LPRC, like the NSA, the National Security Agency, like the Executive Protection Service, the EPS, because the EPS now has something around $9.2 million. The NSA used to have 8.6. Now they have $22 million. Okay, so they are just throwing monies different places to go for it. To go for it, give the president on. Put some in the party and the party's activities. That's what they try. And the CDC didn't do that. Could we have done that? Yes, we could have done that. But we think that is not the best thing to do. That is not the morally upright thing to do. The national budget, the budget is a cake. It's the national cake for the country. It is the biggest policy document of the country. The national budget is the biggest policy document of the country. And so the national budget should be transmitted, should benefit the lives of the ordinary people. But we are having a budget crafted that will, a $1.2 billion draft budget that we use, that we use about $930 million to take care of the very government. The recurrent expenditure component of the budget is $930 million because it's $929.6 million. So that's about $930 million. So if you are expanding $930 million out of a $1.2 billion draft budget to fund the government, to fund the activities of the government, to fund salaries, to fund benefits, to fund lubricants, to buy vehicles and other things, and then you are only allotting about $280 million to what? To the public sector investment project, the PSRP. In fact, salaries has jumped because we left, the CDC left the CDC left salaries at $296 million. $296 million in 2024, January 22nd. That's what the rescue government inherited. $296 million in wages. Now, in 2024, from 2024 January 22nd to now 2025, the wage component of the budget has jumped from $296 million to $316 million. Jojo. And in this budget, they have $26 million in the national budget, say, for other lines, other expenses. $26 million. That is where the consultants' money is going to come from. That is where they're going to steal money to do a lot of things, right? So, $316 million plus $26 million. 316 plus 26. So the budget now has jumped to, the waste component of the budget has jumped to $342 million from 296. They have brought their United Party people as consultants, as focal persons, all in the ministries and agencies, and paying them hell of money. Where do we go from here? And the $930 million in recurrent expenditure is being spent on what? On just 70,000 out of 5.7 million of the Liberian people. So we have 5.6999 million of the Liberian people who are not benefiting from the budget. The budget is an elite budget. CMC called it eating show budget. And the CDC has responded.
Yeah.
The CDC has responded to the budget. So I think it will take us up to 35 or 37. So let's read the party's response to the budget, then before we go to the lines. Okay? let's go there. Okay, Congress for Democratic Change, CDC, Office of the National Chairman, Temporary National Headquarters, Plumcourt, Sincor, Monrovia, Republic of Liberia, for immediate release November 17 today.
Yeah.
2025. You know, the party took its own time to dissect, analyze the budget.
Yeah.
CDC response to Government of Liberia fiscal year 2026 draft budget. Monrovia, Liberia, the Coalition for Democratic Change, CDC, calls on the Speaker of the House of Representatives, all members of the legislature, and the Liberian people to act decisively in defense of fiscal prudence and economic stability. After rigorous review of the draft, that the proposed US $1.211 billion envelope is excessively ambitious, built on speculative revenues and non-recurring windfalls, and exposes Liberia to serious fiscal and implementation risks. We therefore demand that the budget be returned to the President of Liberia for immediate revision, anchored on confirmed core revenues and credible financing assumptions. Key findings and analysis. Fragile resource envelope. Excluding US $200 million Liberia signature bonus and asset recovery, the estimated core domestic is US 940 million. So if you take 200 million and 10 million for asset recovery, the party is saying that the draft budget will reduce to 940 million. This represents an addition of US 1.35 million to fiscal year 2025 domestic revenue of US 804 million. Even though this is ambitious, given the anticipated underperformance of the fiscal year 2025 non-tax revenue by 6 million. US 146. No, I'm coming. Underperformance of fiscal year 2025 non-tax revenue by US 6 million, 146 million versus 140 million estimated collection. However, the US 940 million projection could still be achieved through smart and aggressive tax administration strategies. The fragility and risks to full collection of the entire draft fiscal year 2026 is merely anticipated in the contingent revenue, inclusive of the AML 200 million signature bonus. Significant risks to execution of public sector investment plan, PSRP. Execution of the 281 million, 281 million?
Yeah.
281 million in PSRP projection largely depends on the realization of US 200 million from ArcelorMittal signature bonus. Under the circumstances, certainty remains very high to receive funding from AML, thus rendering the entire fiscal 2026 PSRP as just colorful projects waiting to fail in execution.
Exactly.
Secondly, most of the projected PSRP are not projected in terms of design, procurement, and other executional modalities. So, submitting a budget that hastily allocates a one-time payment of over US 200 million to unready projects and programs is ignorance to achieving value for money for both current and future generations. Let's stop here. Okay, no, let's finish with number 3. Number 3, alarming and growing wage bill without incremental benefits to civil servants. Civil servants, you're listening. Even though the draft budget fiscal year 2026 wage bill is US 300 estimated at 352. The real wage they're hiding is 352 million when over 26 million. That was 26 million.
Yeah.
When over 26 million is a new wage line called other compensation is added. This aggregate
Again, this is the rescue government.
So if you add the $26 million to the 300 and 30 some million, we give you $352 million in the wage bill. The wage bill alone. So that's what the party is saying. We not end it. We ended it on Wednesday. But this is it. Jojo, where are we headed? Give a perspective, then we go to the line. We only have 10 minutes.
Just the other day, we discussed the same thing about the AML signature bonus. You know, talking about subtracting it and even subtracting the 10 million for asset recovery. You know, you will not have what we have today in the draft national budget, which is the 1.2 billion. So, like the party said, when you subtract the 200 million and the 10 million, we will be talking something far less than what they are, they are projecting.
And we're talking about now 40 million.
Yeah. So I mean, this is the rescue government, and I will always say this. You know, the people they ready, they know how to lie. They lie to win election, and they are lying to govern the Liberian people. So I mean, we need to be ourselves. We need to patiently await 2029 to be able, to kick them out of power. Kicking them is about voting them out of power.
Thank you so much, Josephine. If you are dead, we just have 8 minutes to go. You can place your call on 0772239933088630 for the phone at 7, or the lone female line on 037790375. We will take 30 seconds per call. 30 seconds per call. Hello.
Yeah, good evening, Shaka. Let me say good evening to our sister there.
Yeah, good evening. You have 30 seconds. We don't have time.
Yeah, I know. This is Edmoka. Hello, that object is empty. Okay? And this is why the guys have not been able to attract any investment organization so that they can be able to raise some money for their budget. In that budget, the guys having $10 million in that budget for asset recovery. If you're going to asset recovery, you depend on the support budget. And this is why I said that Gafon is a ball. You can make more. I'm telling you that you Gafon, you can take something to the far. You carry the Gafon, sit down here. That is called serious economic matter.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Let's make more. If our Baka Gafon need to exit the president, that be the government.
Thank you so much, Edmond Carr. Let's take another caller. Hello. Hello? Yes, let's hear you. You have 30 seconds.
Gentlemen?
Yes, you have 30 seconds, no time.
Okay. I listen to people and said
No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. I said, don't want.
They get the minister of the then the chairman of the board of directors of here, the show. That's it. The president is also in the board.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's take another one.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's take another caller. Hello?
Hello, Ishaka.
Yes, hello. Let's hear you.
Thank you.
At the council.
For what you explain to us. You know, the men supposed to know that I don't present no time here. Why when they give 5 about the happen, they go in the market is cool. So all that they are doing, and the 5 that will follow them with jump into their own place. That one who talking about is trying to recover asset. Look at it's straight to see a friend, your man with money, they were wrong beyond them. But what will punish him? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam Emily. Let's take another call. Hello?
Yeah, good evening, Ishaka.
Yes, good evening, Mohammed.
Yeah.
30 seconds. We don't have time. We are late. Let's. Okay.
Well, Ishaka, hello?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Yeah. Well, Ishaka, I just want to, talk on with the Fagon. This man here, he got on the level of enforcing this current president, Mr. George.
Joe, we are not the current president. Okay, let's take another caller. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hello, let's hear you.
Yeah, just something I want to say about. Please do a favor for us who listening to you. And let call and the same about the video because someone will say, yes, please, you're setting us.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Good evening.
Seriously, Babu.
Yeah.
Let's hear you.
Good evening, people all over there.
Go here, CDC, Papi.
Yeah. You know the people that are sweating, what? Nobody give me they are sweating. The people talk to one, they will vomit. This one that will vomit, run the way today. They'll suffer for it.
Thank you.
And it's going to give me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, CDC Papi. Let's take another call over here. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, let's hear you.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm fine. Let's hear you.
Thank you for the present this evening. You know the president are there. They will call the calamity, we will call it on ourselves, then we keep out to move from Isa. We put ourselves in the calamity and no way for us to move ourselves Isa. The city people that put a letter and they complain. How whole country budget has not just sat that Isa. You see, you came to rescue us. The rescue now that your family and yourself and your criminal bunch of criminal people behind that you came to rescue. But you're not to rescue that young people. Sorry, our criminal. Well, I think the man is saying not no book. The man know nothing. People they're not doing nothing. They get rotting the country. And that's something a dream. But we know that God bring on while you're talking behalf for us. We know the Almighty God will carry us to your general way. You're not even with pepper color. You're not even to know many things for our country. We the Almighty will talk. We will talk because our children's future will talk about. Thank you. God bless you, man. He is recording from Clarendon.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Let's go to the line to talk to another caller. Hello?
Yeah. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah. Yeah, Ishaka, I was on the line about I went up. But Ishaka, I want to employ you guys in the studio. Well, I want for the the time that I want because Pastor is on the record, he's talking, with the water, on in public, I think that something we have to do this, let's think his thinking ability because I don't think really logical person is thinking that about man. Yesterday you were doing the thing was doing yesterday, and Gospel guys cannot support the president. Only they stop the president. That's the only thing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's take another caller. Hello? Yes, let's hear you.
Hello.
Yeah, let's hear you. Hello?
This is Shaka Terry.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Thank you for the talking. This government, we really liberate people who regretted. What will have to put president to power? This is Jim someone speaking from Cdc factory. Just last week, the president said that you see the human being that were there. When if our president, we are all the entertainment center. But to tell you that the people are tired with this government. Some people they don't want to talk because when you talk, people will go and fight. But some people they want to silence talking by moving the government to power 2029. Because we regret what will happen to this president to power. Because all we said they need rescue. Because the word rescue, we know what it is. When you get to the expression of rescue, you know what it is. We said this government who are rescuing us, but the rescue become rescuing themselves. Because everything that they doing, it is not for the commoners. The commoners are suffering with the massive as motorcycle. And then you tell them, you know how many people riding that motorbike? It is not that they are trained. Motorcycle break it is not trained. But you have to do something to see yourself. So you don't come to say they have to do create the job opportunity for the natural people. But this government, they can only say something, but not create an avenue. How can you get a child say you want for that child to go to school, and then you don't make the effort for that child to go to school?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We are out of time. Thank you. We are out of time. Thank you. We're out of time. Let's take the last caller if there's any. Okay, there is no caller. So, Josephine, listen to the callers.
Okay.
We're out of time.
Yeah. So, asset recovery, Minister of Finance, everyone they are talking about. I just want to know something. In 2 years, this government has not recovered a single asset.
No, they've not recovered anything.
Okay, and they are talking about contributing $10 million to the 2026 draft national budget. When are they going to recover that 10 million? When will they recover the asset? When will they do that and make that contribution? So, this government is just bluffing. They still on charade. They think that we are still in campaign period. And I'd like to say thank you for your time. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back Wednesday.
Thank you so much, Jojo. With that, we've come to the end of today's edition of the CDC Hour. The next time you see us here will be on Wednesday, the day after tomorrow. That's the 19th of November 2025. I'm your presenter, Isiaka Sherry, alongside Josephine Johnson, who's my co-presenter. A very much value added to this show. Thank you so much. Until then, bye-bye.